Hey, welcome to the Fulton Sports Russell Athletics Swac television show. We're having a great time. We're getting down to the end of the season, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be talking about who's going to be playing in that Swac championship. And I can tell you right now, over in the West, Prairie View has stood up, but then again, they're going to have to face Arkansas Pine Bluff at the end of the year. And over in the East, we're just going to have to tell you who's going to be coming out of the East. At first, it was a dog fight, but I think we'd smoked on cleared a little bit over in the East. So we're going to be talking about that. We got the Capital City Classic coming up this weekend down in Jackson. So it's like the Hatfield and McCoys. Everybody's going to be down there. Alcorn State's going to be going against Jackson State. And, hey, bragging rights is on the line. You know, both those teams defeated Mississippi Valley State. So whoever wins this game can say, hey, they got the best black college football team here in the state of Mississippi. And then also, you got to keep in mind, recruiting plays a big, part in this too. If you're going to go to Alcorn, if you're going to go to Jackson State. So, hey, but Jackson State had their opportunities, but getting towards the end of the season. Hey, I just want to say this for everybody out there that's been bugging me about the Fulton Sports calendar. I just want to say this. You can go to Fulton Sports, P.O. Box 5572, and send $10 to Fulton Sports, $10 money order, and we'll mail that thing out to you. It's a great 2010 calendar with the young ladies on there. So, hey, make sure you get a hold of us, and we'll get that off to you in the mail. And, hey, you can put it up at your business or at your home or wherever you want to put it up. It's a great poster. We always come up with great stuff when we talk about our models in Fulton Sports and all that good stuff. Hey, you with Dwayne Fulton here. We're having a great time. The Swac Doctor is going to be back on here, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming games and the past games and all that good stuff. So I want everybody to stick around. And I'm hurting a little bit. My little youth football team, we lost this past week. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're set up. We got to buy a game for the playoffs, and we're going to make a bounce back because I let them know if they win it all, they're going to be right here on the studio. So, hey, so y'all better do y'all thing, man, so y'all could come on here and hang out with old Fulton and Dent on the Fulton Sports Swac Show. Hey, guess what? We're out of here. Look at these great commercials and come right back.
The Russell Athletic Fulton Swac Report is brought to you by Russell Athletic, Nike, McDonald's, Air Force, Holiday Inn, the Montgomery Law Firm, Southwestern Athletic Conference, Southern Athletics Recruiting, and First Franklin Financial.
McDonald's Bacon and Cheese Angus Third Pounder. Before taking it on, one must study it first. Rushing in unprepared may prove overwhelming with all that juicy 100% Angus beef. There, you've found a point of entry. The bacon beckons like a springboard to paradise. One small bite for man, etc., etc. Angus axiom number 11. Bring on the bacon. The astonishing new Angus Third Pounders. All Angus, all McDonald's.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're here with Dwayne Fulton, the Swac Doctor. Marcus did he give him that famous point, y'all?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know? I'm missing something.
You're missing something.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, we know from school they can use him, right?
Use me right now. I'm out of shape, but they can use me. Just don't sit me over the middle. Hey, that was my main man, Chris Sanders, throwing the ball around in here. He works for us here and everything.
Chris do a good job for us,
And
man. Chris
is graduating, so I'm going to put his resume right here.
Hi, Chris. He need a job.
WAPT, WB, my boys down there, Jay. Hey, hi, Chris. He's graduating from here at Mississippi State. So, hey, yeah, he's doing a great job. Hey, we just want to jump right into it, and we want to say we're having a great time, and we're willing this thing down, man.
It's coming to a close right now. Everything is pretty much informed. The two classes that we have at the end of the year, it's pretty much just going to be two classes. Your mom against dad, sister against brother.
That's your classic, right?
That's right.
I call that the Southern Athletic Marcus Dent Classic because, we have a great time down there in Jackson.
Time, man.
We're going to be floating around having a good time. But up first, we're going to talk about some scores this past weekend. And up first, we had Southern University, and they defeated Alabama State 34-24. And that was a classic down in Mobile, Alabama. So.
Right. Southern is, right now was at the bottom of the West, right? A place that they're not familiar with. I talked to a few Southern fans, and they're not happy about what's going on down there in Baton Rouge. But Pete has a lot of kids that's coming back. Right. Alabama State is scoring points. They didn't score a whole lot of points at the beginning of the year. They're scoring points, so you're seeing some positive from teams at the end of the year.
And I just want to say this, though. Alabama State, 4 or 5 wins this year, right?
Yeah, they got 4 or 5 wins. Right. Some of them was a little bit, shaky at the beginning, but a win's a win.
They play some cupcakes at the beginning, but hey, in this league, you better get anything you can get because it might help you at the end of the year, it might not. Right. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Alabama. No, we had Prairie View A&M.
Prairie View A&M.
They defeated Alcorn State.
34-14. The black jerseys didn't help Alcorn, man. It says a lot about Prairie View. Prairie View is not. There was a prime time for them to come in and have their guard down since they pretty much locked up the West. But they came in, took care of business, did what a lot of folks expect them to do. I expect Alcorn to put up a little bit better fight than this. But Prairie View being the strong team that they are. It just what happened in last season.
Man, Prairie View's on a mission. They promised everybody at the beginning of the year they was going to go undefeated in the Swac, and look like that thing might come true.
They're doing a good job.
Right. They got a tough game coming up this week, but hey, you never know.
Never know.
I just want to say this. Hey, up next we have Alabama A&M, and they defeated Jackson State 13-5, and a lot of people down there in Jacktown is grumbling about that 5 points they can only muscle up.
Look like a baseball score.
Yeah, I guess it's baseball season.
Well, Jackson State, was predicted to do real well.
Right.
They had a lot of kids coming back. The defense was strong, and they flooded through the season.
Right.
And I think a big part of that was the offense. They didn't get a quarterback until over halfway through the season. They didn't decide on one, and I think it made a big part of their offense kind of hurt them a little bit this year.
Jackson State went with 3 different quarterbacks this year.
3 different quarterbacks, and that hurt a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people might beg the difference. Something else might have been going on internally. But right now, I feel like that hurt the program.
They got some big receivers, man. But the thing about it, I don't care how big your line is and how good your receivers.
Got to have somebody throw it.
Got to have somebody throw that ball to him, man. And Jackson State was picked to win the East, and I'm not going to say it's a disappointing year for Jackson State, but I will say this: they was in the Swac championship for the last couple of years.
I'm going to say it's a disappointing year for them because they was picked to win over there, and with the people that they had coming back, you couldn't have told me after they played Mississippi State as well as they did the first half that they wouldn't be in contention for the East, and it's been disappointing year for them.
Right. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Grambling State University, and they played against Texas Southern. This was a big shootout down there, and if anybody's seen that game, it was on ESPNU on Thursday night. Texas Southern really shot themselves in the foot.
Right. Texas Southern is a team that's on the rise, and we talked about them a little bit, but Grambling just had too much pride to let Texas Southern come in there and beat them. So, a year from now, when they keep that program that they have intact in Texas Southern, it's hard to win on the road like that in the Swac. I mean, you see what Prairie View came in and did to Alcorn. You have to have an upper echelon team to come in and do that kind of thing.
I just want to say this too, ladies and gentlemen. Texas Southern is going to be a force to be reckoned with. They start off every year against Prairie View. In the last game, ladies and gentlemen, we had Mississippi Valley State. They defeated Lincoln 16-6. I know you're laughing, but the folks down there either beat us or they'll take it any way they can
glad
get
to get a win. And Alcorn need Valley help at the end of the year to try to make a run over there in that East.
Who they got to knock off?
Alabama A&M.
Yeah, right. Cool. They gonna hire the water boy at the end of the year. What? Bobby Boucher gonna come in there and do his thing or something?
He can help us out.
Man, hey, Valley's gonna need some big help.
Yeah, they're gonna need a lot of help.
Alabama A&M look like they're set for the East Championship, so I don't think they want to mess around and flounder at the end of the year.
That's pretty much who the Swac want. They want an Alabama team, and I feel like they do.
Well, yeah, to draw the people in there, man, to get them people in there. Hey, this is Dwayne Fulton here with the Swac Dr. Marcus Dent. We having a great time. Look at these great commercials and come on back.
The Cadillac of crossovers, the all-new 2010 SRX has just arrived at Barksdale Cadillac, and it's good. Lexus RX 350 beating good. Come see this distinctive alternative for today's luxury crossover consumer. Go to BarksdaleCadillac.com now for great Cadillac deals. We want your trade-in. BarksdaleCadillac.com wants your trade-in, and we're paying a cash bonus for you to trade up to $1,500 extra for your clean pre-owned vehicle now through Wednesday. Remember, your trade-in is worth more at BarksdaleCadillac.com.
For over 25 years, every player, every conversation, every ritual, every spin, every wish has had one thing in common. Spalding, the official ball of the NBA for over 25 years. Talented high school athletes, don't be overlooked. Southern Athletics Recruiting Agency is committed to helping prospects get the attention they deserve, as well as working with educators and administrators to further help athletes excel in their education. If you're interested in continuing as a student athlete at the college level, Southern Athletic will make sure your profile is complete and accurate, and they can add video to your package. It all adds up to making you stand out to recruiters.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with Dwayne Fulton here on the Fulton Sports Show, and we're talking to my main man, Marcus Dent, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming games. We only got 3 games this week, but one of the big games is going to be right down there in Jacktown. We're going to jump right into it. We got Alcorn State versus Jackson State in the Capital City Classic, and I know you don't play in these games. And
Capital City Classic, a.k.a. the Soul Bowl.
The Soul Bowl. How many years is that?
I don't know how many. It's 46, I believe. 46 years.
Mm-hmm.
No.
60 years. It started in 1946.
63 started in 1946. Right. Been playing that game a long time. A lot of people come down. And this year, I believe we'll have a pretty good crowd because Jackson State is pretty much out of it. Alcorn is pretty much out of it. Last ball game of the season, a lot of people hadn't seen each other. So they'll be down there. Come see the band, tailgate, come see, you know, classmates they hadn't seen in a long time. So it ought to be a pretty good atmosphere down there this weekend.
And then plus it's going to be it's all about the bragging rights when it comes time to recruiting. We can say, hey, we either beat Jackson State or we beat Alcorn.
That's right.
And I'm put you on the spot right here, man. How many Capital City classes did you win?
Let me see. We was 2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
The Swac Doctors 2-2.
We went 2-2.
I thought you was gonna say 3-1 or 4-0.
Nah, we went 2-2. We had a couple of close ones now.
Right.
A couple close ones, but we was 2-2. We split with Jackson, and we won it my last year.
Oh, okay.
Right. Won it all.
And
7-0.
That was the year with McNair, right?
Yeah, he was a sophomore then.
Okay. Now y'all went to the playoffs after that, right?
We went to the playoffs after that. We really didn't know we were going to get a chance to go to the playoffs or not. We didn't find out till like that Monday or that Tuesday, I believe. Yeah. That we had made it in, and it was kind of chaos, and but it was a good experience to get a chance to go to the playoffs. And that's why I think these teams ought to have that experience playing against other schools, other strong Division I AA schools.
Yeah, hold that thought. We're gonna talk about that at the end of the show because we got a lot of stuff to stretch out when we talk about that. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a big game over in the West. We got Arkansas Pine Bluff, and they're gonna be going down to Prairie View A&M, and I really think Arkansas Pine Bluff can go in there and continue with them because they're in the upper echelon of the West. And this is a different Arkansas Pine Bluff team. So I really think they're going to go in there and do pretty well. But like we said earlier, Prairie View A&M is on a mission, man.
I'm finna say, are you smoking? Man, ain't nowhere in the world they're going to go down there and beat Prairie View.
I didn't say beat. I said contend.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, the way I feel about this thing after watching what they done, they were vulnerable last week coming in Alcorn. Going down there at a team that needed that win to get a chance to, contend in the East. And they went down there and whooped them, so Prairie View mind is made up. They're going to do what they have to do to get in that NCAA championship, Division I playoff, instead of going to the Swac championship. I believe they will.
Well, I just want to say this. We're going to have to take a look at the standings at the end to find out if Arkansas, Pine Bluff, or Texas Southern will have a chance if Prairie View decides to go. Who's going to play?
Well, I can tell you this right now, Dewar-Sharp won't be happy. I can tell you that much because, they want the SWAC champion in there, but something is going to have to be done because if Prairie View do it this year, another team do it the next year, and they don't have that true champion, then something is going to have to happen. So, we'll just wait and see how this thing turn out.
Yeah. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got Mississippi Valley State, and they're going to be going to Alabama A&M, and I'm picking Valley for the upset. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I'm going my main man Willie Totten down there, and Valley's going to go in there and get Alabama A&M. It's the last game of the year. They're going to let it all hang out.